Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Dorsey, and I'm with the Infinite Scholars Program, and welcome to our scholarship fair. Infinite Scholars does one thing, and we do one thing well. We help send deserving students to college. We do this through our mission statement, which is to provide all deserving students, especially financially disadvantaged students, and students of diversity the guidance and access to financial resources they need to further their education and pursue degrees at institutions of higher learning. Now, we've done this for over 2 decades by facilitating scholarship fairs across the country. We've done 27 fairs in 27 cities across the country, through the Midwest and the East Coast. But COVID-19 and the pandemic said, okay, we have to think of things differently this year. So just like most educational institutions, we had to learn a new word, virtual. So welcome to our virtual scholarship fair. Now, when I'm not with Infinite Scholars, I am a university professor, and my specialty is the entry level class that all freshmen will take. So it's called orientation, it's called strategies to success. Each college calls it something differently, but that is my specialty, and that's what I'm doing. So we're going to conduct today's session as if you were already a freshman in class in one of my classes. So in order to attend one of my classes, I typically go over an agenda, which will go over the class. We go over a review, and then we'll go over some homework assignments. So for our agenda today, we're going to recognize our local organizers. We're going to talk about the Infinite Scholar Scholarship Guide. There's 40 pages of scholarship information. Of course, I'm not going to go over all 40 of them, but I'm just going to explain some of the highlights. Something that you're going to get here that you're not going to get anywhere else is information about more college offers. Okay, a revolutionary size search engine for colleges. And you're also going to get information about our 100 colleges and libraries videos. This is the information that you're going to get that would have replicated being in an actual scholarship fair. If you're looking at paying through college through service so that you don't have any student loan debt, the Army ROTC is going to come and provide information about that program, as well as March to Success, which is their testing program. I believe a picture is worth 1,000 words, so I'm going to explain to you how we scour the internet to find topic videos to give you strategies to get the most out of your scholarship search. I have a panel that's here with me that is going to be working diligently behind the scenes. They're going to be answering all the questions that you have in the chat room. So as you have questions, please make sure that you put the information out there. There was a robust conversation during the last session, so you'll want to make sure we do that. I'm going to do a review, okay? And then I'm going to give you a homework assignment, which is 9 things to do to become more successful. Okay, we're going to do all of this in about an hour. Okay, and so we're going to take about an hour to make sure that we accomplish on this, being respectful of your time. With technology reminders that you have, you're going to make sure that you locate the chat icon on the bottom ribbon of your screen. And so that is going to help you with chat. When you chat, only the panelists can see your chat. And so they're going to be answering you directly. Okay. And so when you do that, and if I see something that's generic, I'll try to answer it overall during the presentation. Okay, and because this is virtual, to get the best out of this, I need you to make sure that you close all other browsers and any tabs for best viewing, especially during the video presentations that we have. Infinite Scholar success has not come in a vacuum. Okay, we rely very heavily on our community partners to be able to do that. So for over a decade, the Infinite Scholars Program has been hosting scholarship fairs in Gary, Indiana. Over the past 6 years, over $40 million in scholarships have been awarded at these fairs, with over $10 million awarded just in the last year's fair alone. We'd like to give a special thanks to our longtime partner, the Urban League of Northwest Indiana, especially my friend, Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod and Stella Simpson. Dr. Allen McLeod will now give us a welcome, and then we'll play 2 short videos from the United Negro College Fund and the Legacy Foundation of Lake County, Indiana. Andrea Neely from UNCF is in the chat and can answer any questions about the fund. Jody Catavia is from the Legacy Foundation, is also in the chat and can answer questions about their 25 different scholarship funds. So welcome for our welcome, my friend, Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod.
Greetings, greetings. Thank you, Dr. Dorsey, for that opening and introduction. And special thanks to Infinite Scholars for so quickly making provisions to allow students to move forward. There I am. I think I'm on now. Thank you, Dr. Dorsey, my friend, for that opening and introduction. And special thanks to Infinite Scholars for quickly making provisions to allow students to move forward with college and university scholarship information. Greetings to the listening audience, and especially to Northwest Indiana. That's Lake Porter and LaPorte County high school students and all of our family out there. You're joining us on this virtual scholarship experience. I'm Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod, President and CEO of the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. We take the lead in educational scholarship outreach information. So make sure you're prepared to take notes. So get your pad and get an ink pen, because there's going to be a lot of information being shared tonight. While you're getting prepared, I want to thank the Urban League College and Career Readiness coordinators, Mrs. Deborah Black, Darwin Kenny, along with our interns, Lyrica Wright and Alan Martinez. Special thanks to Stella Simpson also, who really keeps this ship rolling at the Urban League. All right, write this down. At the end of October 2020, coming up, tomorrow is October, Horizon Bank is another community partner, and they will be offering their mid-year scholarships to high school graduating seniors, as well as students who are already in college. They'll be offering at least $1,000 to 5 students each. 1,000 to 5 students each. So make sure you check the Urban League website. That's www.ulofnwi.org, because the deadline for that scholarship ends December 2020. The Urban League will offer about 17 other scholarships at the beginning of the year, ranging from $500 to $2,500. The end of January 2020, you should check the Urban League website, www.ulofnwi.org, and click on the Education tab. If you have any questions, need some information, call my office at 219-887-9621. The Urban League has other partner organizations who offer scholarships, such as the Gary Educational Development Foundation, many sororities and fraternities. However, I would now like to thank two of our strong scholarship partners for joining us. You will watch two brief videos. The first one is from the Legacy Foundation. Jody is with us in the chat room for any questions or comments. The Legacy Foundation of Lake County, they have a whole lot of scholarships, not just for high school students, but for college students too. Then we have our United Negro College Fund Regional Director, Andrea Neely. She is joining us all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, to be on this virtual experience. And she will share information about the UNCF scholarships. Again, take notes, get your ink pen out. Thank you for taking the initiative to be on this virtual scholarship event. COVID did not stop you. You have persevered through all of this pandemic foolishness, and you're going to be provided with endless possibilities. So stay safe, stay tuned, and listen in. You are about to get a lot of information. Thank you, Dr. Dorsey. Now you'll be watching the two videos. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jody Cateva. I'm the Scholarship Administrator with Legacy Foundation, and we are Lake County's community foundation. Our scholarship application opens December 1st this year. The deadline is February 1st. We have one common application. It's available online through our website, and filling out this one application enables you to apply for over 25 different scholarships. Last year, Legacy Foundation awarded nearly $1.3 million in scholarship awards to 120 different students. Our scholarships are available for high school seniors, current college students, as well as adults returning to education. We have renewable scholarships that cover 4 years of school, as well as one-time awards. The award amounts vary from $500 to $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $10,000 a year, renewable for 4 years. And the eligibility requirements vary greatly depending on the unique scholarship. We have STEM scholarships and nursing scholarships. We've got education scholarships and arts and music scholarships. So whatever scholarship you're looking for, I bet we have one for you. So the application opens December 1st. The deadline is February 1st. You can apply online through our website. The address is www.legacyfdn.org. And you can also check out our scholarship booklet, which gives you detailed information about all the scholarships that we offer.
UNCF presents scholarship recipient Keelan Lyons.
My name is Keelan Lyons. I am a junior at Morehouse College. I've been student teaching here at Barack and Michelle Obama Academy Elementary School in Atlanta, Georgia. As a paraprofessional since fall 2016, when I decided to change my major to early childhood education. My responsibilities consist of small group, peer tutoring, and also whole group class teaching. Raise your hand if you think you want to present your story to the class. Not your voice, your hands. Okay, good job. Everybody clap it up for Darius, okay? All right. Now you got the chance to see what I do at Barack and Michelle Obama Academy. Now let's head on to Morehouse College, where I learned the foundation for my education. So now we're at Morehouse. Going to a HBCU was important to me because it helped me evolve into the man I am today. It connected me to my culture, and it gave me appreciation for my heritage. UNCF means an equal shot on the playing field for a chance of my life to be better from where it started.
The path for Keelan to attend college wasn't a very easy one. He's dealt with unimaginable loss.
I lost my mom at 10 years old. Autopsy's unknown. Later on, I moved in with my grandparents. 2 months later, my grandpa died of a broken heart. He lost his only baby girl. My grandma had to start wearing the pants in the house. Little did I know, at 17 years old, she passed away. Only dream she had was for me to graduate.
Due to lack of finances, Keelan was at the brink of withdrawing from school this past semester when UNCF stepped in with funds to help him continue his education. He is extremely grateful.
To all of the donors that helped children like me make it to college, when we couldn't without you guys' help, I honestly just want to say thank you. Matter of fact, I want to thank you guys with my life. I want to make sure that I take my degree and become the best educator I can.
Congratulations, class of 2021 and class of 22 and 23 and 24. All that is there. I am Andrea Neely, and I'm the Regional Development Director for UNCF, and I am honored to be a part of this scholarship fair and an investor in your future. UNCF provides scholarships to students of color, not just African-American students, Latinos, Pacific Islanders, Asian, Native American, as well as being only second to the United States government of providing scholarships to underrepresented students, first generation and low to moderate income. We also support scholars who are 21st century scholars. You may choose to go to an Indiana State school that is a private school, and our scholarships can assist you in closing that financial gap if you choose to go to a private Indiana State school. UNCF is committed to supporting students that have a 2.5 GPA and that you are able to apply for scholarships starting February 1st, 2021. We have over 400 scholarships that are available to students, as well as a designated Northwest Indiana Scholarship Program that averages between $3,000 to $5,000, which are need-based and some merit-based scholarships. So I'm going to ask you to go to our website, www.uncf.org, and complete your student profile under the drop-down tab scholarships. Again, www.uncf.org, drop down for scholarships and complete the student profile. Put as much information as possible, because based on the information that you submit, starting February 1st, scholarships that meet your profile will be sent to you to apply. These scholarships are not just for students who attend HBCUs or historically Black colleges and universities, but they also are available for students that want to attend Indiana State schools. So it's important that you complete the information and go to our website and just look at all the resources that are available. UNCF supports not only seniors in high school, but all the way through your senior year in college. In addition, there's opportunities for internships while you're in college that's available through UNCF. Our scholarships are renewal, which means every year, if you meet the criteria, then your scholarship can be renewed. There are need-based scholarships and there are merit-based scholarships. However, remember, in order to apply for any scholarships this year, October 1st, this is when your family should submit their FAFSA. It's very, very important that you submit that information, because that's a qualifier for all scholarships that you'll be applying for. UNCF is here to support you to and through college and into the workforce. That's why we have partnered with the Northwest Urban League and many organizations across the state of Indiana to bring this resource to you and your families. For the other classes of 22 and 23 and 24, begin to look at the website to see what the responsibility you have to making sure you have the correct grades, the GPA, that you're doing the community service, that you have the right recommenders, and you have the right support to ensure that you're getting all the credentials necessary to have a competitive scholarship application for your future success. The goal is that we want you to be able to go 2 and 3 through college without as little debt as possible. And we're here to support and walk alongside of you to your success. Again, I thank the Urban League and Scholarship Affinities for inviting UNCF to be a part of this journey, because many of your stories are just like the young man who you just heard. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. And you are our future leaders, and we want you to have the scholarships and the education to be successful. Thank you. And again, I wish you much success, class of 2021, because you are resilient. The pandemic has given you another transferable skill that you will use as you continue your journey to complete your college education. I wish you all much success, and thank you. I'm going to now turn it over to Dr. Dorsey. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for providing us all the information. Like we said, we are so pleased that we have been partners with you all for the past decade or so in providing the information, and we can see how it has benefited our students. Let's get into our program directly. Let's talk about some of the things that we have here to offer at Infinite Scholars. First being our scholarship guide. Now, this is what our scholarship guide looks like. I'm going to, like I said, it's 40 pages of information. I'm going to tell you how you can download a copy of it, but if you want an actual hard copy of yourself, because like I said, there's a wealth of information here, you can contact the Urban League office. The number is in the chat. That you can reach out to them, and they actually have boxes of them there for you to actually have physically use. So let's talk about the scholarship guide. Let me highlight some of the things that are in there. One of the first things that are in there, the topics include the federal grant program. The federal government is the largest provider of scholarships. You know, as Andrea told you, the only thing that's second to them is UNCF when providing scholarships to minority students. Okay, so they provide more than $150 billion. I can tell you for a fact too, that money goes unused every year because people do not take advantage of this resource. You're going to learn how to apply for these funds in our guide. Parents, state and city tuition-free options are part of the guide. Tuition-free. This means it doesn't cost you anything. Many states offer tuition-free options at the state colleges and at community colleges. Does your state? The guide will tell you that. In the guide, we have 19 states that have free community college. Free community college. In addition, the guide has 6 states that have free 4-year college, free. Tuition free, doesn't cost you anything. That's access to 25 different college options that are absolutely free. If you're working your way through college, many part-time employers offer you scholarships on top of your salary. So for example, if you had a part-time job at McDonald's, it offers its part-time employees up to $3,000 a year in scholarships, which is additional money that you could use. If you were thinking about trying to make sure that you have no student loan debt and you want to pay for college through service, the Army ROTC offers up to full scholarships for agreeing to provide military service after graduation. In addition, if you were looking at being a teacher or a nurse or social worker, these occupations can get most, if not all, of their tuition covered by agreeing to work in high-need urban and rural communities for a year or 2 after graduation. You can get scholarships right now while you're in high school. Okay, you can, and they're called micro scholarships. These scholarships range from $100 to $500 for your accomplishments while you're in high school for doing things like you do every day anyway, like getting good grades, taking advanced courses, or participating in extracurriculars. Infinite Scholars has vetted all the micro scholarship programs listed in the guide. Andrea was talking about need-based scholarships, and we wanted to make sure that we provided you for information too. So Infinite Scholars has vetted hundreds of scholarship programs and have identified ones that you should consider. In the guide, you will find 8 need-based scholarships. These are scholarships that you're just saying that, hey, because I need them. And we've done all the research for you. So all you have to do is go out there, look at the guide, download the information, get the information, and go to the website and apply. We've additionally also have 2 pages, 27 of special interest scholarships. These special interest scholarships are for various things like, did you know that you could get a scholarship if you were left-handed? Okay, well, we've provided that information out to you. 2 pages, 27 special interest guide. Again, we've done all the work for you. All you have to do is open up the book, open up the guide, get the information, and start applying for those scholarships. That is like 35 scholarships all by itself that you don't have to do any additional work for. We've done it for you. All of my students love writing essays, or at least that's what they tell me. Okay, but did you know that admissions essay and scholarship essays are not the same? You're going to learn the tips on how to provide a powerful scholarship essay if one is required. There are lots of scholarship scams out there. Infinite Scholars has identified red flags to help you avoid scholarship scams, and we put that information out there. And so one of the things that we can just tell you is that if someone says that you need to pay us to help you find a scholarship, that is probably not necessarily a good thing. Laura, how do I get this information? download it. Glad you asked. You're going to be able to go to our website, which you've already done before because you registered for this. You're going to go to the resources, to our resources tab. And under our resources tab, you're going to see scholarship guide, and you're going to click on scholarship guide. What's going to come up is the very first screen that I showed you, the scholarship guide. So you can download the information from there. Or remember that if you want to, you can actually go to the Urban League office, call them, and see about getting and actually get our hard copy of the scholarship guide. Infinite Scholars prides itself in making sure that we provide you a wealth of information regarding scholarship information. And we have a secret weapon that we have that's only part of our program, and it is revolutionizing the college search process. It is called More College Offers. Now, More College Offers is called that because it is exactly what it says. You have more offers and more options for scholarship opportunities. So to give you some more information on that, we asked their program director to come on to provide our students and parents with information about More College Offers. So John Meadows, who is the program director of More College Offers, will provide you information on that program. John?
Thank you very much, Laura. I really appreciate your kind introduction and appreciate the opportunity to speak to the folks from Gary. Thank you very much for staying up late and attending this virtual fair. We hopefully have some parents attending. But anyway, I'm with More College Offers and Infinite Scholars. I've been working with them for a number of years, and a couple of years ago, we realized that we had a kind of an untapped resource, and that's the network of over 450 colleges. Our fairs, as many of you might know, attract students from all over the area. We usually have between 500 to 1,000 students at our fairs, and usually, 50 to 100 colleges. But those are great interactions on a specific day, but there's a lot of students that can't attend for various reasons, a lot of colleges that can't attend for various reasons. So what we developed was a online platform. It's custom built. It's called morecollegeoffers.com, and it's really designed to allow access and connection ability for students to our network of 450 colleges. It's really what we call a search engine, and what it allows are colleges to look through over 25 data points of students. The students enter the information. Actually, by registering for this event, your information is going to automatically be uploaded into More College Offers for you. And within a couple of days, you'll be getting an email from us with login information to tell you how to set your passwords. Very secure. There's no cost at all to you to participate. And it allows you to go in, and once your password's set and secure, then you can go in at any time and update your information. So if you have any grade changes or test scores, or you decide to take a different major, then make sure that information is as current as possible, because colleges, like I said, they'll be searching that data. Our network of 450 colleges have the ability to do that, to go in and find specific students that they want to recruit. So if you're a STEM major, for instance, you have an engineering degree emphasis, then a lot of colleges have big grants for those type of STEM programs, hundreds of thousands of dollars in a lot of cases. They can reach out to you specifically and ask you if you're interested in possibly looking at some scholarship opportunity for them. So, but anyway, we have, like I said, over 450 colleges in our network, and we're always adding more. We had several, and we have over hundreds of thousands of students in our platform over the last couple of years that have participated. And what colleges are doing, which is based off, it's really timely that we have More College Offers available for colleges, because right now they can't travel. They have no budget for travel. A lot of them can't visit schools. So they're looking at technology platforms like this to help them engage with students and recruit students. Not only it's seniors that are really interested in going to college, but also they're looking at developing pipelines, and that's developing relationships all the way down to 8th grade anymore. where they're building relationships, building their brand, telling their message, and trying to educate the students about their college opportunities whenever they do become qualified applicants for college. So they're hoping students are better educated whenever they're ready to make those decisions, and parents are involved. So if you know anybody that's an underclassman, encourage them to get on More College Offers, because again, you get into the pipeline, then it's a better chance that you'll have multiple opportunities and offers for admission and scholarship whenever you're ready to apply. And that's a real key, is having options. And that's what More College Offers allows you to do, is have options. We have a lot of students that will negotiate with the offers that they get. So my daughter did that. She actually got a bigger scholarship by negotiating one that she had that she really wanted, planning to attend, but it was a great offer, and she was able to negotiate a better offer at the school that she wanted to go to. So leverage those scholarships. That's an opportunity a lot of students don't realize you can do, is leverage offers from other schools. And if the college really wants you, they will step up. Believe me, the money's there. So anyway, I'm going to show you a couple pages of our website. One of them is our page, and if you, again, you're going to be uploaded automatically, your information into More College Offers, and we ask you update that information as current as possible and keep it updated. But if you know somebody that didn't attend the program tonight, have them go in and sign up as a student at no cost. And then for you, you can always go back in and log in once your password's set up. And then like any progressive technology company and progressive platform that we're developing, we're adding a new module for counselors and parents to go in and actually be able to help students. Again, it's all permission based. So actually, if students get an offer from or inquiry from a college through the platform, you have the ability to thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs down, they'll leave you alone. Thumbs up, then they'll contact you through their normal communication channels. And your parents, same way, and your counselors, you give the permission for them to help you if you want. But you do have a dashboard of all your offers, so you keep it all organized and you know what's coming in, and sort of evaluate those over time. Another page I want to show you is our list of colleges. Within More College Offers, we actually, if you scroll down about 3/4 of the way down the home page, there's a button that you can click on, and it'll take you to our full listing of 450 plus colleges. And they're all organized by state, as you can tell. I just pulled down Illinois and Indiana just because they're local. And these will show you a lot of the schools that are part of our network, and looking for students that we can help them find and recruit. We have Purdue, we have a lot of trade schools, a lot of private schools, pretty well have community colleges. We have a large variety of different colleges. You can actually click on these icons and it'll take you to a landing page that the colleges identified that they wanted you to go to, either their home page for information or actually to the admissions department for scholarship opportunities and admission information. So anyway, these are great resources. So make sure you keep your eyes open for an email coming from us from morecollegeoffers.com, and set your password and go in, update your profile, and keep it as current as possible, because you never know when the colleges are searching your information. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much, and I'll turn it back over to Dr. Dorsey. Thank you. Bye-bye.
John, thank you so much for providing us all of that information about More College Offers. Remember, you're going to get an email in a couple of days. All you have to do is update your profile and be able to do that, and your information is going to go to 450 colleges. Now, that is 450 colleges that are part of our network. When we actually travel for our scholarship fairs, we have a smaller group of colleges that are part of our core network, and these are 100+ colleges. Now, in a perfect world, you would have been able to talk to the colleges about one-on-one and be able to get information about their scholarships. Okay, because we had to do things a little differently, I decided that I was going to do the interviews for you. So I spent about 4 months this summer making sure that we interviewed all of the colleges across the country about the scholarship information that are part of our network. So let me show you what I found out in our college video library. In our college video library, there are more than 100 colleges that have created videos for you to watch. These videos are about admissions and scholarship opportunities at their schools. I also ask them for information about their work study program. I ask them for information about their study abroad program. I ask them for information about what their campus looked like. I ask them for information about what their Greek life looks like. I ask them for information about the community surrounding the colleges. All the questions that I just knew that you would want to ask, I asked them to make sure. I asked them whether they were testing, whether they needed a testing in order to get in, and or for scholarships. They provided me with all of that information. I recorded all of that information just so that you could be able to feel exactly as if you were standing in front of the college reps, asking them the questions about the opportunities that they have. Then I videotape that and we put it all there. Now the information, I also asked them, I said, I want our students to have the special relationship with the college reps at the college. I don't want them calling and talking to some generic 800 number. And so they have agreed to provide me with the one-on-one sessions with the college reps to talk about your specific story, your specific admission and scholarship opportunities. So for example, if your GPA is a 3.5, as to a 4.0, you get to sit down in front of the college and explain to them, you know what, my freshman year wasn't the very best year that I have, but since I've been a sophomore and a junior, I've been a 4.0 student. So that 3.5 GPA, just because that's a number, doesn't represent who I am. You can tell them about your after school activities. You can tell them or whatever. You can actually sell yourself. And the colleges have told me that they're looking at each of the students holistically, not just wanting students, but wanting good quality students to represent their university, to be able to do that. So you're going to be able to call and set up an appointment to talk with that particular college rep. Laura, how do I get the chance to do this? This is what you're going to do. You're going to visit our resources tab on our, you're going to go to our website, visit our resources tab. And when you visit our resources tab, you're going to go down to College Video Library. When you click on the College Video Library, what you're going to see is all the videos that I have spent 4 months doing for you right there. Now, we love all of our colleges and we couldn't figure out how to put one ahead of the other. So we just decided that we were going to arrange them all in alphabetical order. The colleges here would be in alphabetical order. There are videos range in length from like 3 to 5 minutes where they just were doing an intro and want you to contact them for more information, or some 30-minute, 20 to 30-minute presentations that I did that provided you in-depth information that you could have about the colleges and the scholarships that they have to offer. Remember, this is Infinite Scholars, so at any rate, the majority of these colleges are waiving application fees. So you can apply right now and be accepted at 100 more than 100 universities and have it not cost you anything. I've been talking to the colleges since we started this fair, and they are actually doing acceptance and scholarship information all together in one interview. They are providing you the information for scholarships on the spot, much like if you were attending a scholarship fair. So I implore you to do this. You are at a unique advantage this year because there's no time constraint put on your search for the scholarship fairs. So I implore you to go to all 100 of the, colleges, and maybe some that you may not have heard of, but a lot of them offer a great deal of scholarship information, just because that is exactly what they do, being part of our network. Remember, there are 5,300 colleges and universities in the United States, okay? There's only like 500 or so in our network, but these are scholarships, these are colleges that we know are looking at giving scholarships. There are some schools out there that their admissions is so tight that they don't necessarily need to give out a whole lot of scholarships. We wanted to make sure that the ones that were on our network were looking at giving out scholarships, and that's why we wanted them to be part of our Infinite Scholars family. There are other options if you want to be able to go to college and not have it cost you any money. And the Army ROTC is an option. Now, this was definitely an option for our family because my youngest daughter decided to follow in his footsteps. And so she has had an illustrious 23-year career in the military, which then resulted in the fact that she's got a six-figure, civilian job after that. She's got an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, and a master's degree. It didn't cost her anything. So parents, okay, pay attention to what the Army ROTC, and she's been sitting behind the desk for 23 years. She's never been in the field for anything. So she does human resources. So to give us information today about ROTC, we have Billy Clayton, who was a recruiting operations officer for the U.S. Army Cadet Command. Okay, he's going to give us information about the Army ROTC. And then Dr. Cassandra Fletcher, who is the education service specialist for the Chicago Recruiting Battalion, is going to give us information on March to Success, which is their testing program that is free. So both of them are going to bring you information today. So Billy.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Dorsey, for that wonderful introduction. I'm here to talk to you about the ROTC scholarship program. Now, I know you hear the whole, oh my goodness, it's the Army thing, and you kind of turn off a little bit, but bear with me. I want to put two things to you real quick just to think about why this is something that you should think about. So the whole purpose of the ROTC program is to make an Army officer. And once you actually graduate with your bachelor's degree, you would commission into the Army as an Army officer. And you can go that full-time route where the Army is your full-time job. But with the Army, you also have the option of going part-time. You could actually commission into the National Guard or the Army Reserve. And why that might be something that you were thinking about is, let's say you get into college, you have a wonderful internship, and you're like, oh my goodness, the job loves me. They want to hire me the second I graduate, and I want to work for them the second I graduate. ROTC is not going to stop you from doing that. You can commission into the National Guard or commission into the Army Reserve. Let that be your part-time job while you pursue a civilian career. Second part is that the scholarship doesn't care. As long as that school has an ROTC program, the scholarship is going to pay. You can go to a school like Western Michigan University, where the cost of tuition is going to be $96,000 for your 4-year degree, or you could go to Stanford, where it's $216,000. Both of those schools have ROTC programs. The scholarship doesn't care. So if there is an actual school that the only reason you're not considering it is because of the financial obligation to go to that school, this is a way to get your school paid for if that school has an ROTC program. Because the actual scholarship covers 100% of tuition and fees. So all fees, all tuition, plus any mandatory fees that goes for any student. The only mandatory fee that it will not pay is flight fees. So if you were to go to a school that has a flight program in order to be a pilot, it will pay your tuition, it will pay all your other fees, it will not pay flight fees. You will also receive $420 a month as a living stipend, and we'll give you $1,200 a year for books. So we'll give you $600 in the fall semester, $600 in the spring. Eligibility requirements. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to hit a couple of them for you. And so the first one's going to be the 2.5 GPA. That's your GPA at the end of your junior year. So seniors, the scholarship window is open now. So you're actually using your junior year GPA to help you with your scholarship. If we have some sophomores and juniors that are on here, what you can do now is listen to this presentation and figure out what you need to have ready at the end of your junior year in order to be highly competitive for the scholarship. We have a 19 ACT or 1000 SAT. Now remember, these are the bare minimums. You're not going to get a $216,000 scholarship to Stanford with the bare minimum, but these are the bare minimums. You need to be a US citizen, whether that's naturalized or naturally born, whatever that looks like, you have to be a US citizen. And at the very bottom, again, the purpose is to make an Army officer. So you're accepting the scholarship with the intention of when you graduate with your bachelor's degree, you will join the Army and commission into the Army as an Army officer. The three things that we are looking for is scholar, athlete, and leader. And what I'm going to spend some time on the slide is doing is letting you know what those things need to be in order to make yourself highly competitive for this scholarship. Now highly competitive is exactly what that means. People get scholarships for just being competitive. So don't let what I'm telling you kind of turn you off from taking it. If you feel like you meet the criteria, apply for the scholarship. All right, so scholar, how successful are you in high school? That's pretty much what we want to see first. So what was that GPA at the end of your junior year? Your ACT and SAT scores. If you haven't been able to take them yet, you will need to take them for this scholarship. I know there are some colleges out there that are letting you be admitted to those universities without those scores, but for this scholarship, you have to have these tests. Were you in any honors classes, AP courses, IB classes? Any of that stuff counts. Were you in a National Honor Society? What rank were you in your class? All the scholastic things that make you a successful student, that is scholar. And that's the foundation. So we know you're a great student. What else have you done? So let's look at athlete. Were you in any sports? And these are sports within the school and within the community. As long as they were in competitive sport, they count. So were you in sports? Were you in multiple sports? How good was your team? Did you guys go to regional districts? Did you go to state? How hard is it to get into your team? All those things come into consideration when looking at the athlete part. And then you have to take a physical fitness assessment. And that's 1 minute of push-ups, 1 minute of curl-ups, and a 1 mile run. And you can have that done at your local school with any coach. If you are able to get access to that school, you can also contact your closest ROTC program, and they will help you as well. So, great student, done some sports. Let's look at the leadership part. So outside of studying and doing sports, what else did you do? So this is kind of like the catch-all for everything else that you put on your plate, because what we want to see is you were so successful in school and you did all this other stuff. That means you can handle the rigors of school at the college level with the added extra that comes with being in an ROTC program. So in those sports teams, were you a team captain, a co-captain? Were you a class officer in any student organization or any organization outside of school? So JROTC, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Were you a youth leader at your church? Were you if you were in the band, were you a section leader? All those things count. Part-time job during school, full-time jobs during the summer. Did you volunteer? What are all the extra things that you did that you added to your workload and you were still successful in school? So on the leadership portion, put everything down that you think will count, and let somebody else on our end decide if it counts or not. Don't sell yourself short. Don't leave something off. We'll figure it out on our end if it fits the criteria or not. So the process, you'll go online to start your application. During the application, there's a portion, if you're looking at an HBCU, you can actually click that you're looking at an HBCU, and you'll be considered for an ROTC scholarship to an HBCU. So you'll start your online application, and that'll let you know if you're eligible to continue. Once you're eligible to continue, you'll submit your transcripts and test scores, and then that makes you what's called interview ready, and you'll have to conduct an interview with a professor with an ROTC program. You can go to your closest ROTC program. You can go to whatever school that you want to go to the most and do your interview there. You have an opportunity to select up to 7 schools when requesting the scholarship. So you'll rank them from the priority. So which one you want to go to first to the one you want the least. You can actually go to your first school if you want to. And once you have completed the interview and take the physical fitness assessment, you're now called board ready, which means that they are going to look at your scholarship packet. You're going to be considered for the scholarship at your next board. Once you're board ready, your scholarship is kind of locked. And there are only 2 things that you can continue to update, and that's your test scores, your ACT and SAT, which they will super score, as well as your physical fitness assessment. So if you do a couple extra push-ups, a couple extra sit-ups, or curl-ups, you run a little faster, resubmit your test, and that will give you more points for the physical fitness assessment. Here are some important dates for you guys. So if you have an opportunity to take a screenshot or take your phone out, take a photo, this is a great thing to look at. There are 3 boards throughout the scholarship season: 19 October, 25 January, and 15 March. If you don't make the 19 October one, that's fine. Just, I'd rather you have a good, solid, the best package you can put forward on the 25th of January board than trying to rush and put together a halfway done packet for 19 October. And believe me, if you have enough, if your packet would have been good enough to receive the scholarship on the 19th of October, you're going to get this, you're just good enough to get a scholarship on the 25th of January, because the 19 October's board is the highly selective one. So you're not missing out on anything. So let's say you get your packet in on the 25th of January, and for some reason you didn't receive the scholarship. That's okay. Your scholarship time's not over. What they will do is they will relook at your scholarship again on 15 March. And what you can do between 25 January and then the document deadline at the beginning of March is you can continue, you can retake your ACT or SAT to increase that score. And you can also retake your physical fitness assessment to take that, to get that score better. Now, the scholarship can give you 2 different awards. It can be the 4-year full ride one, or it can give you what's called a 3-year advanced designate or AD scholarship. And what that means is that you would pay for your first year out of pocket. So your freshman year, you would be on your own to finance. You would still have to attend ROTC your freshman year, and then the scholarship would start and cover your sophomore, junior, and senior year. Now, something with this, and why I wanted to bring this up, is because there are some schools out there that have special incentives for ROTC students that are coming on scholarships. So at Western Michigan University, for example, if you had a 3-year AD scholarship, Western Michigan would provide you a 1-year scholarship to cover your freshman year. So we would cover your freshman year, and then the Army would cover your last 3 years. And then we also provide a housing grant for students for ROTC students on scholarship to live on campus. We provide you an additional $3,000 for on-campus housing. Now, I'm not telling you this to be like, look what I can do. It's more of letting you know that I'm just one of almost 300 host programs in this country. So when you're looking for these ROTC programs, talk to those ROTC programs and find out what additional incentives they might have, and that can help you in deciding what school you would like to go to. And here's the big takeaway. The link to start the scholarship is at the top. You go on the page, scroll down a little bit, there'll be a big block that says scholarships, click on that, and away you go. And if you need any help at all whatsoever in the process, even if you're not interested in any school in Southwest Michigan, I am more than happy to help you through the process, and I can help you link you up with me at the school that you're most interested in. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. I have some fellow retention officers on here with me as well, and they can help with answering those questions. Outside of that, I am going to turn it over to Dr. Cassandra Flexer with March to Success.
Hello, everyone. Good night. Thank you, Mr. Clayton, for that introduction. And thanks, Infinite Scholars, for allowing me to present to the class of 2021. Hello, class of 2021 from Gary in Northwest Indiana. I am Dr. Cassandra Gordon Fletcher with the Chicago Recruiting Battalion. One of my role in this position is to partner with educators to assist them with and assist their students to achieve their academic best. I also help the recruiters to enlist brilliant future soldiers into the Army. Now, same as Dr. Darcy, my daughter too was a recipient of one of those ROTC scholarship, and right now she's a first lieutenant in the U.S. Army part-time, so she's a reserve, and she just completed a year-long tour in Kuwait. And she too does have a civilian job, which she's doing pretty well at. So going that route, getting a scholarship through ROTC was a good thing for our family. I didn't have to pay anything for her to go to school. And she's going to be doing her master's degrees now. And I'm not going to have to pay for that either. So it's definitely a viable route for students who want to go to college and really don't have the financial means to do so. This could be a way of getting that done. Now, students, the world relies on test scores to determine if you graduate from school, if you get a job, or even if you receive a scholarship. This is important in the academic world. So many students, though, underperform on standardized tests. Why? It's not because that they're a bad student or they lack the knowledge, but because the lack of good test taking skills and how familiar they are with the test that they're taking. Now, also the cost of preparing for these standardized tests could be astronomical and can become a barrier to many students. And this is where March to Success comes in. The Army is here to help and to overcome these barriers I spoke about earlier. One way in which we can do this is to help you increase your test scores, which Mr. Clayton said that you will need SAT or SAT scores to get those scholarships for the ROTC. Can I have the first slide? All right, next slide. The learning outcomes. What I'd like you to take away from this presentation today, you'll be able to list the different features and the benefit that March to Success program offers. You'll be able to access the program and or guide, if you're a parent or educator, guide students how to access the program. I'd like for you to be able to identify ways to contact and engage the U.S. Army in your local regional area for additional student support, whether it's for test taking preparation, mentorship, or for information about Army opportunities. You should be able to do that once we're done. Now, what is March to Success, you may ask? Now, March to Success is a free, no obligation resource online program that helps high school students to improve their performance on standardized tests. And it strengthens their math and their science and their language skills. Now, if you as a student are struggling, you can use March to Success to help you move from where you are to getting better grades. It's a self-paced, like I said, it's online, and it helps to prepare test preparation, and it's sponsored by the Army. It's developed by Peterson, and they provide materials, videos, and competency building in verbal, math, and science to help students to get better at taking exams, and also to help you prepare for college. So that's the next step for you students. You're going to be preparing for college. So this definitely helps with the SAT, and the ASVAB, which is the Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery exam, which is used for the military, whether it's Army, Navy, Coast Guard, or Air Force. They all have to take the ASVAB test. And if you've taken it and you haven't done so well, you can certainly log into March of Success, which is marchtosuccess.com. Log in and help improve your scores. Now, next slide. Tony Castile, which is the Chief Army Recruiting Command, he has stated that this March to Success, it's more interactive, more engaging, and uses enhanced technology application where you use drag and drop activities and provides more tutoring resources. So it's definitely a resource for students who need that help. Next slide. Now, who uses the March to Success? The site is for everyone. Anybody over the age of 13 from grade 8 to grade 12 can use March to Success. Students use the March to Success. Schools use March to Success. Future medical students use March to Success. Recruiters use March to Success. And these are ways in which students can get access to March to Success and improve their academics. If you're a school, you can help, it grows in popularity, and you use it among the students, different systems for different ways, and it's used nationwide. So it's not just in your little silo. students all across the United States use March to Success. On a monthly basis, we report to see how many schools within our area or students within our area is using March to Success. Because this is a federally funded program, we want students to use it because we want students to become better, not just because we would like to see those students in the Army, but just to succeed at academics in general. So I implore you to go out there and spread the word that now that we're in a virtual space, this is perfect to help our students to be able to improve upon their lessons that they're having some difficulty with, and with those standardized tests. Now, I also mentioned future medical students use it. There's test preparation out there for the MCAT and the DAT, which is for dentistry and nursing exams. So it's used by a variety of people to be able to improve their academics. All right, next slide. All right, so what's involved in this online courses? It's assessment based, it's interactive, there are quizzes, you have multiple practice tests, and it's a full review of assessments and quizzes and practice tests to see your scores and view the answers that you have answered some of these questions immediately. So it's very interactive. Next slide. What are some of the things that you could use it to prepare for college? The SAT preparation. As Mr. Clayton said, that it's important for you to have that SAT and ACT scores if you're going to apply for the ROTC scholarship. And if you have taken the SAT or the ACT and you didn't do so well, you can certainly log into marchtosuccess.com, sign up, and it will help you to design a curriculum for you to help you prepare to retake these exams and to improve your scores. These are full-length SAT practice tests, and they're all online. They provide flashcards and games to help you interact with those to help you interact with the content. Okay, now if you're STEM bound and you're looking for science, technology, and engineering and math, it also provides for that. There's a science hub, which you can get lessons on biology, chemistry, physics. There's a math hub, there's a social science hub, technology hub, and for engineering folks, pre-calculus and physics. Now, an example of this too, my daughter was struggling in her chemistry classes in the sophomore year, and I helped her download March to Success, and this definitely helped her improve her chemistry grade when she was finished with the end of sophomore year going into her junior year. So not only we want you to use this to get better grades on your ACT, you can also use it to improve your grades within your classes, chemistry, biology, physics, any of those subject area in which you want to improve. March to Success can help you to gain that knowledge. Okay, next slide. Like I talked about it before, the medical profession uses it. I'm not going to belabor it, but these are some of a little bit more in depth in what it provides if you're going to be taking the MCAT, or if you're going to use it for studying for your nursing exam or for the dentist exam. So these are some of the different areas which goes in a little bit more in depth and where you can get help by using March to Success. Next slide. Now, the benefit of March to Success, which I think is pretty obvious right now, it helps to improve your test scores. It's very comprehensive. You can access it 24/7. As long as you have a computer and internet access in any kind of learning center, you are able to access March to Success. The curriculum is individualized. So, if you want to just study a particular area, it will, you're able to do that. If you want a whole curriculum of different subject matters, different areas, you can tailor it to what it is that you're looking for. And again, student work at their own pace. There's not somebody over you with a stick, or there's not a program over you with a stick saying that you have to get this done, you have to get this done. You work at your own pace, understand the material that's being presented to you, learn from it, and in turn, your scores will improve. So it's proven as it's a proven resource to help raise math and English scores. So schools are using it, students are using it, parents are using it to monitor their students. So it's very helpful. It's a beneficial for students because we want the students to do well in school. Next slide. Now, how do you enroll in March to Success? It's very simple. As long as you have the computer and internet access, you can go to march2success.com. So it's march2success, all one word, .com. And when you click on that, the registration button will come up, and you'll be able to answer a few questions and then move forward. Now, the registration that you registered lasts for about 180 days. So if you need the time extended, you're welcome to do so, but that's the length of time that it allows you. Now, if you don't have a computer, like I said, you could go to your local library, you can go to your school, or you can even go to a local Army recruiting office to work on March to Success. For educator and parents, or mentors, like I said before, this is a way that you can use to monitor your students and track the students' progress to see how they're doing. Now, I know somebody asked earlier if only people who are looking to join the military can get onto March to Success. No, March to Success is for all students from 8th grade to 12th grade over the age 13. If they are seeking to improve their academics, they can use March to Success. There's no obligation. It's a public service provided by the U.S. Army. Teachers are not, they don't incur any obligation. There's no payment. You don't have to pay for it. I know it can get costly when you are doing SAT prep and ACT prep, but this is at no cost to the students or the teacher. And more importantly, the Army does not collect any kind of information for participant about their school or their address or phone number or anything like that. The most we will take a look at is the zip code as far as where are students using the March to Success? Are they using it in California? Are they using it in Indiana? Where in Indiana? Are they using it in Gary? Are they using it in South Bend? That's the information that we collect so that we can continue providing this service to our students. So more importantly, just remember, this is not a service, this is not a benefit that we look to recruit from. However, if students are needing to improve their ASVAB score, March to Success does help them. Hopefully this provided some information to you for improving your academics. And if you have any further questions, please, Infinite Scholars will have my contact information. Please reach out to them and they'll be able to provide it to you. So if you have further questions, you can connect with me. I do thank you for your time. I thank Dr. Dorsey and Mr. Clayton for and Infinite Scholars for inviting me to speak with you guys, and good luck with your academics.
Thank you for providing all of that information regarding the Army ROTC and the March to Success program. That March to Success program is definitely really a benefit. I have participated with a lot of college readiness programs that charge a great deal of information for ACT and SAT prep. So always keep that in mind. Now, I remember I told you one of the things that I said is that I thought that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay, and I do that. I also know my students, and I know sometimes their attention span is short. So as opposed to giving them a whole lot of stuff to read and a lot of stuff to be able to do, what we've done is that we've scoured the internet for a couple of brief short videos that we can show you to help you with your scholarship search. So let me explain a couple of them to you, and then maybe you might even have time to show you a few of them. Okay, so the topic video library, we have one of the first ones that we have is the FAFSA overview. Now, every student has to be able to complete their free application for federal student aid. This gives you access to grants, loans, work study jobs that can help you fund your education. Everybody has to complete this, whether you're looking for federal money, for state money, for all college money. And as Dr. McLeod said, you need to do it for a lot of the scholarships too. Okay. Now, we heard a lot about ACT and SAT tests, and then there are some schools that are saying that they don't need it. So in light of the testing cancellation, the obstacles created by COVID-19, more than half of all four-year colleges have decided to go test optional for fall 2021 admissions and possibly beyond. So should you still take the test? How's a lack of a test score impact scholarship opportunities? This video will talk to you about that. There are multiple different types of federal student aid. The Office of Federal Student Aid at the U.S. Department of Education, which remember I told you offers $150 billion each year of grants, free money, work study, and loans, okay, among others, okay? This video explains the different types of aids that you can possibly get. We have scoured the internet because there are hundreds of scholarship websites out there that'll help you get private scholarships. We've narrowed it down to the top 3 websites that you should use for private scholarships. Scholarship displacement is a new word that's going to have to be part of your vocabulary. You're going to have to make sure that your outside scholarships don't replace your federal or institutional aid, and this video will help you with that. We know that there are times when a scholarship doesn't cover everything regarding the cost of tuition for attending college. So if you're thinking about taking out a federal student loan to help pay for the difference between college or career school, you're going to check out this video to learn about your responsibilities as a borrower and what you should consider when taking out loans for college. If you're really looking at saving money, community colleges are the best place to get an entry-level degree or complete 2 years before transferring to a 4-year program. You're going to save thousands of dollars by starting at a community college first, and this video will help give you information on that. How do I get access to this, Laura? Glad you asked me. You're going to go to our resources tab on our website. You're going to then scroll down to topic video library. When you click on topic video library, what's going to come up is this screen, which lists all the topic videos. Now, I just went over a few of them. We're adding more and more every day. Was just on a call today with the team about new videos that we were adding to there too. Remember, take a look at them. You can take a look at them at your own leisure. Sometimes if your parents are not there, being able to take a look at them. But I think that we've got a little bit of time right now. I'd like to share a couple of those with you just so you get an idea of what you're looking for.
If you're interested in financial aid for college or career school, you're going to need to fill out the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA. It takes most people about 30 minutes to complete online, and the best part, it's 100% free, and it provides you with access to grants, loans, and work-study funds from the federal government. And many colleges and states use FAFSA information to provide their own college or state financial aid. Before you fill out the FAFSA, it's a good idea to create your FSA ID, a username and password that lets you electronically sign your FAFSA and gives you access to various websites related to federal student aid. And here's an important tip. If your parent is providing information on your FAFSA, he or she will need his or her own FSA ID. Visit studentaid.gov/FSA ID for more information. Your FAFSA can be completed online at fafsa.gov, and help is provided throughout the online application process. You will need to fill out the FAFSA each year you are in school because your financial situation may change. Plus, you may be able to automatically transfer your tax data from the IRS, making the application even quicker to fill out. Each state and college or career school sets its own deadline for the FAFSA, so it's best to get it done early. Since some of the funds are available on a first-come, first-served basis, you don't want to miss out. Now that you know about the FAFSA, you might be asking, well, how much money will I get? Your college or career school will do the math, and there's a simple formula that they use. First, the college takes your cost of attendance, which is the total amount it will cost you to go to that school. Your cost of attendance will vary from school to school. Then, the college subtracts your expected family contribution, or EFC, Your EFC is based on information provided in your FAFSA and will not change based on the school you attend. However, the EFC is not necessarily the amount of money you will have to pay. Basically, your cost of attendance minus your EFC equals your financial need. Your college uses your financial need and other information to determine how much financial aid you can receive. See? Pretty simple. If you have questions or need more information, please visit studentaid.gov.
Hi, it's Christina and we're talking test tips. And today we're going to talk about whether or not you should still take the SAT and or the ACT. So today we're going to talk about how some colleges and universities are changing their admission requirements. Some are allowing for testing optional applications, and this can create more questions than it actually answers. And the big one being, should you still take the SAT and or the ACT? So I'd like to talk about a cause and effect relationship that I have seen before. So when the Common App was first made available, it was revolutionary. A student could fill out this one form and it was all or most of what you needed to apply to the school. Well, this greatly eased the difficulty for students when it came to applying to multiple schools. And thus, students began applying to 3 times as many schools as they had in the past. However, just because it was easier to apply to a school, it did not mean that it was easier to get in. And we are seeing this very similar situation right now. Many schools have reduced their testing requirements and allowed for testing optional application, but this does not mean that it will be easier to get in. Oh no, just because a test score is not required, it does not mean that the school will be easier to get into. So schools are not changing how many students or the quality of students that are admitted. In fact, what we're probably going to see is that the percent admittance goes down. So percent admittance is determined by the total number of students admitted divided by the total number of applicants. So if a school is not admitting more students, but more students are applying, right? Same numerator, but larger and larger denominator, then the percent admittance is going to go down. In other words, the school becomes harder to get into. So what does this mean for you? Well, this means that applying with a test score, even if it's optional, is just one way to distinguish yourself from the other applicants. It provides the school with a fuller picture of you and your academic abilities. Look, schools will know what tests are and were available at what times, even if it varies by state. In other words, let's say that a kid from your school applies with a test score and you do not. So who do you think will have a more complete application, right? Think of it like the other student is providing yet another piece of information, even if it's not required. Additionally, if you're thinking of applying for a scholarship, they will likely still have testing requirements. Scholarships need a variety of quantitative data, right? Objective data to verify that scholarship recipients are meeting minimum requirements. So choosing not to take the SAT or the ACT could make these scholarship opportunities unavailable to you. So the takeaway here is that if you can take a test, then you should. So we know that a lot is changing and changing week by week. So you want to make sure that you are checking the SAT and the ACT website for overall testing timeline, changes in registration, or other policies. And additionally, you want to monitor your individual testing site. So as different regions are making distinct decisions, it's important to know what's happening at your specific testing location. All right, happy practicing.
If you need help paying for college or career school, the Office of Federal Student Aid might be your best option. We offer more than $150 billion to students each year in the form of grants, loans, and work-study funds. And federal student aid can be used to pay for school expenses, such as tuition, room and board, and books and supplies. After you've filled out the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, you'll receive an award letter from each school you list on your FAFSA. This letter explains both the federal and non-federal financial aid options that a school is offering you. So let's talk about federal aid. If you qualify for and receive a federal grant, you won't have to repay the money. That will definitely help offset the cost of school, but you may still need additional help. If so, a federal student loan might be your answer. Remember, a student loan is just like any other loan. It's borrowed money that will have to be repaid with interest. If you plan to take out a loan, consider federal student loans first. Compared to private student loans, federal student loans often have lower fixed interest rates and offer many benefits that you won't find otherwise. For example, when it's time for you to repay your federal student loan, your loan servicer can work with you to find the best repayment plan for your individual needs. Plus, you may be able to adjust your loan payments based on your income. You also may be able to defer your federal loan payments, deduct student loan interest on your taxes, and even consolidate your eligible federal student loans into one loan with one monthly payment. Federal loans can even be forgiven based on certain types of employment. Getting a work-study job is another great option to help pay for school. Eligible undergraduate and graduate students will be able to earn at least minimum wage. If you have questions or need assistance, you can contact the financial aid office at your college or career school or visit studentaid.gov for more information.
Hey, are you still searching scholarships in Google? That's an okay start, but it will only get you so far. Don't worry though, here are top scholarship sites we recommend and what you should look out for. Remember, many scholarship sites will collect and sell your data and information, so be cautious and mindful of what you're signing up for. All right, here's a list. Number 1, JLV scholarships. There's no sign up required, it's consistently updated, and has set categories to help you find scholarships you qualify for, like age, college major, grade level, gender, interest, and more. Number 2, FastWeb. You do have to create an account, so be mindful of what you are agreeing to and the information you are sharing. That said, FastWeb is great at matching you with scholarships that you qualify for. Number 3, scholarships.com. You will need to create an account, so again, be mindful of what you agree to. They have a massive database of scholarships and they help match you. Happy scholarship searching. If you need more help, text hello to 335577 or head to getschooled.com. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? Make sure you do so right now. Bye.
Listen, you have just been inundated with a robust amount of information. And I know that we went over a little bit over the time, but I thought it was important that you saw a couple of a sample of what some of the videos look like. Remember, that was only like 3 or 4 of them, 5 or 10 minutes, and you go through all of those. Again, a wealth of information. Okay, but again, my students, let's go over a review as to everything that we have learned over the past hour. All right, so for review, what are you going to do next? Remember that you got to visit the resources tab on our website, www.infinitescholar.org. When you go to that resources tab, everything that you need that we have discussed today is going to be there. The resources tab will include the scholarship guide, more college offers, the college video library where you can make your one-on-one appointments, the topic videos libraries that we just showed you, and information about the Army ROTC program. You're going to remember, you're going to download the scholarship guide from our website. We talked about how to do that, but in case you didn't want to download it, remember that you can call the Urban League office and get information so you can actually pick up a physical one also. The topic videos libraries, I told you that we're adding more and more each day, short 3 to 5 minute videos that'll give you a wealth of information. Again, that if to Christina's information on test options is a great, resource to be able to take a look at that, as well as the federal options. You definitely want to be able to take your time and pace yourself and go through all the 100 colleges and university videos in the College Video Library. Remember, when you go through them, you're going to be there in alphabetical order. You're going to be able to schedule one-on-one appointments with the college reps when you go through each one of them. When you do that, you're going to contact the recruiters identified on the college videos, and you're going to do that to create your one-on-one appointments. Remember, as John Meadows told you, they are not traveling right now, so they don't have any set hours that they're working. Pretty much they're available in the morning, they're available in the evenings, they're available in the weekends, whatever that's available, it's convenient for you. I know you said, if I'm going to call the recruiters, why did I need to have my transcripts ready to attend the scholarship fair? Because when you are ready, you don't have to worry about getting ready. One of the things that you're going to want is that when you call these college recruiters and they say, I need a copy of your transcript, you're going to go, boom, no problem. I got a digital copy right here. If they're requiring resumes or if they're requiring essays, whatever it is that they're requiring, you're going to have it already right there at your fingertips to be able to give to them immediately. Remember, a lot of them are offering scholarships on site, so you're going to want to be able to put your best foot forward when you're meeting with them. Some of them are doing Zoom calls, so remember what you're looking like on the Zoom calls. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Scholarship searching is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It is going to require some time and effort on your part. You're going to get out whatever you put into this. I have taken students to scholarship fairs in different areas and have walked away with 6, 7 different scholarships. Last year we had a student who walked away with $300,000 in scholarships, and all this did was motivate her to be able to go to other different scholarship fairs and be able to get in more information, because Infinite Scholars started her off. But each one of them, when they require you to do follow-up information to use additional test scores to make sure that you upgrade any new grades that you get, any new curricular activities, anything else that they asking you for, making sure that you follow up, follow up, follow up. In 2 days, remember, you're going to get an email from More College Offers. This one activity by itself, setting up your password and updating your profile, is going to put your information in front of 450 colleges who are going to be reaching out to you. You don't even have to necessarily reach out to them. We're going to be reaching out to you to see if you're interested in the scholarships that they have to offer. You're also going to remember to, as an option, to take a look at the Army ROTC page for information and the March to Success. Remember that March to Success, okay, is also, it's going to be great whether you're thinking about military or whatever, help for our ACT or SAT, or as Dr. Fletcher said, helping your classes that you're doing right now. This is a great resource that you're going to be able to use. You're also going to want to register to win the Army ROTC company camouflage hoodie. That's right there. All of that can happen right there on that particular page. I know my students, and I know that while you were trying to write and we were talking, you were trying to listen, everything got away from you, no problem. That's why I created a cheat sheet for you. This cheat sheet has all the homework assignments that you possibly would need. I'm going to leave this up here for a few more minutes. So you're going to be able to take a picture of it. You can screenshot it, take a picture of it, update whatever notes that you have. on it. I want to thank you so much for taking out your time and effort to attend our Infinite Scholars Virtual Scholarship Fair this evening. As Infinite Scholars, our logo is the possibilities are infinite, and we are here to provide you with the possibilities of scholarship opportunity and the resources needed to make your dream of a college education a success. Once again, this is Laura Dorsey with Infinite Scholars Program. On behalf of the team and Infinite Scholars and our CEO and our board of directors, thank you so much for listening.